Hello friends, this is Vinayak from VB Education, and today we are going to learn a very basic but very important topic in Java. That is, what is the difference between class not found exception and no class definition found error. Now, as we know, in Java we have got exceptions and errors, right? What is the basic difference between an exception and errors? Exception can be handled at runtime, but we cannot handle the errors. So error is something which is, which is the system is throwing the error. For example, stack overflow or out of memory, so that cannot be handled by the programmer, but exceptions can be handled by the programmer. There are few types of exceptions which can be handled by the programmer. Okay, so out of this we have got one class not found exception. Now, when do we get a class not found exception? Suppose I am trying to get the class, okay, using the class dot for name. So I have written a code class dot for name com.vbeducation.animal. So here I have defined an animal class here. So if I open the animal class, it is a very basic animal class where we have got two members. One is name and other is type, and then I have the getter and setter methods and a public void display method which is going to display the name and the type of the animal. Okay, so here I am trying to check whether this animal class exists at the class path, and for that I am using class.forName, and then you give the path of the class com.vbeducation.animal. Now if this class exists in the class path, then it will not give any error, otherwise it will throw class not found exception. Now since it throws a class not found exception, we have to surround it by try and catch block. So here I have surrounded this code by try catch block, and in catch block I am going to handle this exception. So here system out print line class not found, so it is giving a proper exception before it will print the stack trace, and then it will execute the finally part. Okay, so let's run this program. So when I execute this program for the first time, everything seems to be perfectly fine. My console is printed with class is present, which is this statement, right? Then it does not execute the catch block because there is no error. Then in finally it will create print this line, class is present at compile time, and finally I get a1.display as Rocky is a dog. Now just assume instead of animal, if I put animal1 here, so I am trying to fetch a class name animal1. So if you see on the left hand side, do we have any class animal1? The answer is no. That means now this time the program should not execute, but instead it should throw an exception. So let's see what happens. So here, yes, if I see this, I get an exception, Java lang class not found exception, and before that I get the system out print line, this one, class not found. Okay, so whenever an exception is thrown in the try block to the catch block, whatever statements are there before the exception is handled, they will be printed to the console, and then you get the exception with a fully stacked trace. So this is class not found exception. Class not found exception is, it is thrown at the runtime when the class is not available at the class path. Clear? Okay, good. Now let's see, what do you understand by no class definition found error? Now no class definition found error, it is given when we are trying to create an object using the new keyword. So here, as you can see, I'm trying to create an animal object, animal2 object. Okay, animal2 is equal to a1. Let's say a1 instead of okay, let it be a1. So a1 equal to new animal2, right? And I have this animal class here. So now if I execute this again, first I will remove this one here. Now the code will run, execute perfectly fine. Yeah, there is no error in this code. But what has happened in the backend? Yeah, what has happened? The compiler has created a class file here, animal2 class file, right? That's the reason the code is working fine. Now what if I delete this animal class file here from here? Now when I delete this animal class file here, I don't get any compile time error. But if I run this program again without the class file, it will definitely give me an error, that is exception in main Java lang no class definition found error. So whenever the class is present at compile time, but it is missing at the runtime, maybe for n number of reasons, maybe the part of the package is not given properly, then you will get the no class definition found error. Okay. Okay, that's all friends for today. Hope you like this topic. If you want to see few more videos on this such topics, please subscribe and give a like. Thank you so much. Bye.